Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
Hello?
Something is wrong.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
What level are you? Just 9? Well, the mutation is freakishly hard. Dustin, I couldn't beat it on Brutal. We were playing it last night. Yep. If they hit you, they can upgrade into bigger units. And when they die, they spawn little infested civilians or whatever. And if those hit you, they turn into bigger guys. And then there's guys that come and resurrect everything. So you have to just kill a bunch of stuff.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, I can't hear you. That's weird. Let me try on my phone.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me now? Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Can you hear me? What the heck? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Score.
Yeah. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what happened.
Perfect. That was weird. Okay.
And the group quiz. Here we go. Oh, we don't have an assignment this week. That's nice.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. I was like, did I miss something?
Okay.
1 second. So for the first, did you open the group quiz and stuff?
Yeah, I got it open.
So for the first question, the beverage model, beverage, whatever, model focuses on equity. Private insurance. Which one did I choose? I forgot for this one, to be honest.
I think it's legal, but I wasn't sure if it exists in every beverage country. That's what I clicked, but I also didn't do very well on the quiz. So
Okay. Yeah, I did it, but apparently it looks like I just forgot for this specific answer. I mean, we can reference the book.
Otherwise, you're just gonna let them upgrade it.
So private insurance.
I see things about private hospitals and healthcare providers, but I don't see anything about private insurance.
No, it's impossible to be does not exist in any country.
Oh, it is. I thought I saw it somewhere. The living insurance. Hold on. But so we know that some doctors, but there are also private doctors in this system, right?
Yeah, see, I think that's what I was looking at, is how it says there are like some private hospitals and clinics and things like that. And so I was thinking, okay, so it's legal, but I'm actually not seeing where it says private insurance.
Let me going to read about at least the UK example. I think in the UK example it's kind of said something. In the healthcare, but the private hospitals. I mean, the other model it talked about insurance. Because see, Australia is a beverage country, but they have Medicare, and then they have, but they also have a coexisting, private sector.
Yeah.
So
But they have a time limit.
personally, I think for this question, it should be, it's definitely not illegal to exist.
Yeah.
It's definitely, it's not the one is not accepted by the healthcare. So it's either is illegal and exists. And I think the answer is that it's legal and it exists in every beverage country, because countries such as UK, Sweden, Australia, and Canada, they all have private, doctors and private
Yeah.
insurance, which you can go if you're rich.
Okay, that's what I put on the quiz before.
Because they are not the mandate one, right? So they're not the system that mandates you to be entitled to a specific plan.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, so I think it's legal and exists in every country.
I think that's
Okay.
You think so?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking earlier.
Okay, so then for the second question, queuing in healthcare.
May limit moral hazard.
Yes, because some people may drop out.
Mhm.
Question 3, price rationing does all the following except.
I put that it creates problems with equity because the poor might be deterred from care. I thought that was it. Because I know that it discourages people that don't like really need the care, and that it does reduce queuing.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it actually like pushed away like anyone like poor or richer.
Yeah.
It just tried to get rid of the people that didn't actually need help.
Yeah, that's what I think too. So question 4, health expenditures in beverage countries. Which one did you go into? Are 100% publicly financed? That's wrong for sure.
I think I put do not cover dental, pharmaceutical, or luxury hospital costs.
That's what I thought too. Because it's not privately financed mostly. It's mostly government. And generally higher than the US. It didn't really mention it. I mean, it's kind of hard to compare if it's higher or lower. I mean, do not cover dental, pharmaceutical, or luxury hospital costs. I don't know if there's a place that says that though.
I remember reading somewhere something about the dentist.
It says there are exceptions for certain kind of care, typically prescription drugs, eye care, and dentistry.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily say luxury,
but hospital costs. I don't know what that is.
I think that'd be like getting like a nose job or something that's like not necessary at all. That's just for luxury. Is my guess.
Because I don't know about the last one. Would it be higher or lower?
Yeah, I didn't see anywhere where it mentioned that.
Does it have like a place where it says about health expenditure of the country? As HTA?
I'm not seeing anything.
Conclusion. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about the US, whether or not it's higher or not. Actually, hold on. Because I found it on the comprehensive question. So I think that for the previous question is wrong. What we chose.
3.
Yeah. So, because if you look at the comprehensive question for this chapter, one is question 5. It says price rationing helps remove patients who do not really need treatment from queue lines, and it says it's true. And the explanation says high prices discourage those with the least need for treatment from waiting in line. Price rationing also deters low-income patients who would benefit immensely, but who cannot afford to pay the marginal cost from price rationing. So it does create the problem with equity because of people. So I think, but it does reduce queuing, right? So I think it's probably the most, it's probably not the most efficient way of soaring to demand. What is soaring to demand?
That would make sense.
Soaring to demand. What is soaring to mean? Is this even a word?
I figured it was probably a mistype.
Yeah, I think it's brain.
I think he means sorting.
Oh, sorting. I don't think it's the yeah, because the answer, he says high price discourage those. Price rationing also deters low-income patients who would benefit immensely from treatment, but who cannot afford to pay the marginal cost.
You guys.
And it says it creates problems with equity because the poor might be deterred from care even when they need it. And of course it does, I think. I think it does.
Well, yeah, if they're raising the price.
It helps reduce queuing. Let me see. True. It does. Queuing care is never optimal. Queues may. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah. So I think it's probably. It is the most efficient way of sorting demand. What did the book say about it?
I'm reading the book. It does say that the rich will have an advantage over the poor. So you're right with that.
It says market, but you still have market failures, but at least the prices help the market allocate resources somewhat efficiently. But the nature of the price rationing is that the rich wield an advantage of the poor. Yeah, so I don't think it's the most
you're
efficient.
right.
It never said it's the most efficient, so I think it's the most efficient. Is that one? It's not right. Do you think so?
Yeah.
I mean, judging from the answers for comprehension questions, that is for this one. Let me see for the other question. What is the next question again? Health expenditures. %, so it says 100. So that one is wrong. The 100% health expenditure are publicly financed. It says 17% of health expenditures are privately financed via private co-payment. So that means there are private insurance, right? Which is the first question is right then. These include dental costs, pharmaceutical costs, and payments to luxury hospitals.
Hey, in the comprehensive questions, number 10 says 100% of healthcare expenditures in beverage countries is publicly financed.
No. It's a true-false thing. But the answer is
false. Okay.
So
I was going to say, like, it says it here.
Yeah, but the answer says 17% of health expenditures are privately financed via private co-payments. These include dental costs, pharmaceutical costs, and payments to luxury hospitals. So, but if we read this question, it says health expenditures in various countries. It do cover dental, pharmaceutical, and luxury hospitals because it didn't say if it's the public finance part or if it's the privately financed part. So I think I think the answer for this one, since the first one is wrong, the second one is wrong, the third one is not mostly privately financed because it's only 17%. So I think the answer is in fact generally higher than the US. Because think about this, in US you actually pay for your insurance
Yeah.
premium. Like even though you may get a tax rate, you still pay quite a lot into it. But in these countries like Australia, they like, I know as a fact that in Australia it's only 2% of your income.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it has to be higher because all citizens automatically receive insurance coverage through government, right? So I think it's higher than the US. That's what I think it is. What do you think?
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Then for question 5, beverage countries. For sure, it's not better health than Bismarck countries. Doesn't have anything.
Yeah, I think it might have been experiencing with allowing more competition, because in the book at 16.5 it talks about competition in beverage.
Yeah.
It says,
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that one too.
Yeah, that they've been permitting more competition.
Oh, and also for the first question, the comprehension question number 11 says there is a great emphasis in beverage model of equitable care for all. Therefore, it is illegal for private insurance to be sold. And the answer says private insurance exists in every beverage country.
Perfect. Where are you finding the answers to them?
So there's like if you look on the page 353, there's like a website, and there's a lecture section and the comprehension question section.
Gotcha. And that gives the answers to the comprehensive?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's that question. Yeah, so it should be experimenting because they were doing a lot of competition thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so see
So then the national healthcare expenditures in Bismarck nations are generally.
Let me see the comprehension. Bismarck, chapter 17, I guess. Okay. So I think it was
number 2.
Health expenditure are generally oh, I think it was in the book. It was,
yeah, is the answer for the comprehension question number 2 true?
Yeah. So it's Bismarck.
So then it's higher than beverage.
Yeah, Bismarck countries have around a 11% average health expenditure as a percentage of GDP, while beverage countries is around 9%.
Okay.
So perfect. It is true that they are higher than beverage countries, which makes it really interesting than if it's not higher than the US, because then it doesn't justify the fact in question 4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So well, I guess it's just, I don't know. I guess that's the right question. We'll see. I think that's confusing, that question. I'll talk about it. Risk selection. What does it say? Risk selection. Oh, it's a problem where there is a private insurance in the market. I'm pretty sure that's the answer. Okay. That's only when you have private markets insurance, you will have a risk selection where companies would choose their consumers.
Yeah.
And question 8, sick funds in Bismarck nations are generally financed through, I thought it was payroll and tax.
I think that might be what I put. Let me see. Okay, for the comprehension questions, is number 10 true or false?
It's true.
So then it is primarily financed through payroll and other taxes.
Yeah, which makes sense because it is like nonprofit. In the Bismack system, there is I thought there is isn't that the one with adverse selection?
I think.
I think there's adverse selection in the.
That makes sense. Wait, hold on. For number 13, the comprehension, what does it say?
False. There are fewer queues in Bismack model. Because there are cost controls. Okay. So there is cost control. There are fewer queues. More so hazards. Well, think about it. Huh? Well, hold on. Well, I don't think it's necessary. Oh, I was looking at the American model. I think there has to be adverse selection just because. See, it says here. It says.
Okay, so here it says, while successful risk compensation schemes can reduce the problem of risk selection, they do not solve the problem of adverse selection. So there is adverse selection.
Yeah. So there is. Oh yeah, because it has to have moral hazard, in fact, at some point. Yeah, because Bismack is the one that is payroll, right?
Yeah.
So they can just go and enjoy the best equipment and whatsoever. So anything that is like government provided is gotta be inefficient and has to have more. So there's adverse. Wait, I'm still concerned about this risk selection. Is it only a problem in Bismack countries?
Let me see. I'm not sure. I'm looking at page 360 in the book and reading about it, but that's just about Bismarck.
And there is a problem whenever there is private insurance in the market. It doesn't really say that. It just says when insurers seek to enroll low-risk customers to avoid high risk. So these are sick funds. Are they considered private market?
I'm not sure.
They're not for corporate, not for profits.
Are you still looking at number 9?
7.
Oh, 7.
Yeah. Because I'm not sure about that. I didn't see it in the book. That it only exists is a problem whenever there's private insurance. It's not only, is it common in beverage nation? Did it talk in beverage nations about risk selection?
Well, let me see. That's the American model. Beverage. I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, I guess we can just go with is a problem whenever. I didn't find anything about it. So for question 9 is, I think it's adverse selection.
Yeah. And then 10 is community rated plans.
Yeah. So I think that should be it. I'm just not sure about question 7, but
yeah, I'm trying to read about it right now. Okay, so it says risk selection isn't as easy in Bismarck because it's illegal to refuse customers.
yeah, so it should be that one then.
Yeah.
And then I still have a question about the other one, which I think the question 4 is just the wording of it, health expenditure.
Those guys cost.
I think it's right, higher than the US. Anyway. I think there's a lot of problems with these questions in general.
Yeah.
I just think because like the comprehension part says exclusively that it's not 100% publicly financed, it's not mostly privately financed, and it says that 70% of the health expenditures cover dental, so it has to be D, right? That's what I thought. Anyway, I'll talk to him when I meet him later.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Well, did you submit it? Got it.
I'm submitting it right now. How do you spell your wife's first name?
YUQI.
Okay, there we go. I just couldn't remember, so I was like looking for it. Okay.
Or you can just put Lisa on it. He doesn't. He know whatever.
I know. I still have for the class. It still has my maiden name Anderson, and and I haven't changed mine. And half the time I write Taylor, and he accepts it. So
Probably, yeah.
It's kind of takes forever for school to change it.
Yeah. Okay. Submit.
Well, are we gonna meet next Saturday same time?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Not next Saturday. Oh,
Let us message you. How about that? Because we are not sure where are we on Friday and Saturday yet.
yeah, because we're traveling.
It looks like we got 100%.
Good.
Really?
Yep, it says every single question is 1 out of 1 points. The only one that isn't is the last two because they haven't been graded yet. So yeah, we got 100.
Wait, what did you get on question 4?
Okay, so 4. Oh, 4, I still had it on do not cover dental, pharmaceutical, or luxury, it looks like.
And that was
I forgot
right.
to change. Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you haven't submitted, click that one. Good thing I forgot to change it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because the answer in the comprehension question indicates that that one is not a right answer, so that's why I
How
was going
weird.
to talk to him and see what the issue is.
Yeah. And then 7, I put the problem whenever there is private insurance in the market.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, I guess we'll just message you next time when we're gonna meet.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. See you guys.
See you. Have a good night.